This guide is aimed at cyclists who prefer to ride on the principal shared paths rather than mixing it up with cars and trucks on the Fremantle traffic bridge. Note that this detour only applies from Monday to Saturday, and a different detour is in place on Sundays. This detour exists because the traffic managers don't want cyclists riding across the bridge on the road. The bridge has been narrowed from 2 lanes in each direction to 1, and there isn't enough room for drivers to safely overtake cyclists. We start at the southern end of the bridge. There is a map showing the detour route, but in order to get to it, you need to cross not 1, but 2 path closed signs. The map isn't very clear, so use this Strava route map instead. You're going to cross Queen Victoria Street at the lights, head east on the footpath alongside Canning Highway until you get to the Stirling Highway Bridge. You're going to cross that bridge, then bear left at Tideman Road and ride west. That will take you back to the bike route that starts at Pier Street. The detour adds about 1 kilometre to your journey. Watch it when crossing the slip lanes at Queen Victoria Street. Although there are pedestrian crossings on both sides, that's no guarantee that drivers will stop for you. Have a good look over your shoulders at approaching cars and make sure you indicate clearly that you're turning. Most drivers probably aren't expecting you to cross here. They'd be used to cyclists and pedestrians using the footpaths across the bridge, and the rerouting of bike traffic across these lights is something new. And there's no signs warning drivers to expect people to be crossing, and there's no speed humps to slow them down as they enter the slip lane. After crossing at the lights, bear right on the footpath. Now it's narrow and you'll probably encounter pedestrians or cyclists coming the other way. Watch out at the bus shelter. It blocks your view of anyone approaching from the other side, and you don't want to have a head-on crash. Just past the bus shelter, the signage is contradictory. 2 signs say the detour goes to the left and 1 sign says go straight ahead. No one has thought to put in any wayfinding signage at this point. The detour to the left is there if you want to ride towards Applecross and the Mount Henry Bridge via Beach Street, but ignore them and go straight ahead. Stay on the red asphalt path. When you get to the next set of traffic lights, bear left. This will take you onto the Stirling Highway Bridge. The path across this bridge is slightly wider than the other bridge, but not by much. It hasn't been swept in ages, so look out for broken glass. The path that leads off the bridge at the northern end is narrow and in poor condition, so don't go tearing down it. There's also bollards a bit further on to watch out for. When you get to the traffic lights at Tideman Road, follow the path around to the left. You need to cross 2 intersections. Have a good look behind you for drivers that are turning left into these side streets. They may not stop for you, and you don't want to be hit from behind. Remember, drivers in this area won't be used to cyclists on this path, and they haven't been warned to expect any. At Queen Victoria Street, you need to cross diagonally to the north-western side of Tideman Road. Once again, watch out when crossing the slip lanes via the pedestrian crossing. Drivers won't be expecting this, and they'll be looking to their right to see if the coast is clear of traffic heading south. Indicate clearly that you're turning right, have a good look, and be prepared to stop if a driver doesn't look and goes tearing through the slip lane. When you get across to the far side, once again have a good look for vehicles using the slip lane. You may not be able to see approaching vehicles behind trucks stopped at the traffic lights, and the drivers can't see you until the last second. Once you're across the pedestrian crossing, turn left. This is a tight turn that's made worse by a narrow path and poorly placed signs. Stay on the footpath until you reach Pier Street, and along the way, watch out for drivers coming at a dual parade on your right. Visibility through the trees isn't great, and drivers will be focused on traffic coming from their right along Tideman Road. Same goes for when you get to Pier Street. There may be drivers exiting Pier Street, and they can't see you approaching until the last second due to the sight lines being blocked by a brick wall. They'll also be focused on all the traffic approaching from their right. And that's the detour going north from Monday to Saturday.